Since wala namang 1.5 here in the set of data that we have, that means it's between the first position and the second position of data that we have. So we're going to add quartile 1 is equal to our first position plus the second position that we have divided by 2. Okay, the number that is in the first position is 2 plus 3 divided by 2. So we have 5 divide 2. So our quartile 1 is equal to 2.5. So that is our quartile 1. Quartile 2, without solving, we can already identify which one is our quartile 2 by just looking which number is in the middle. Okay. By looking at our set of data that we have, the number that is in the middle position is 4. So our quartile 2 is 4, which is in the third position of our data. For quartile 3, we have the formula in solving for our quartile 3, which is n plus 1 multiplied to 3/4. So we have 5 plus 1 times 3/4, which is equal to 6 times 3, which is equal to 18, divided by 4. So 18 divided 4 is equal to 4.5. So quartile 3 is in the position of 4.5. So looking at the order of number from the data that we have, it's between the fourth position and the fifth position in the set of data that we have. So the same of what we did with quartile 1, we're going to add the number in the fourth position and the fifth position to find the value of our quartile 3. So 5 quartile 3 is equal to 5 plus 7 divided by 2. We have 6 as our quartile 3. So that's how we solve for quartiles of the set of data that we have. But if you don't want to use a formula for finding the quartiles, you can use this one or you can do this one. For example, can I clear the screen for this data that we have? For you to easily identify the quartile 1, quartile 2, and the quartile 3. For example, we have this set of data, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, for example, that is our set of data that we have. For you to easily identify which one is your quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3, first, identify the middle number in your set of data. The middle number in our set of data is 6. So that means 6 is our quartile 2. To identify our quartile 1 and quartile 3, if you have add number in the remaining data in your left side, kapag add number, you're going to get the first two number, half the sum of the first two number, if it's add, that is your quartile 1. half of the sum of the first two number if it's add. The remaining number, once you identify the middle, kapag add yung natitirang number on the both side of your data, get the first two. Add and then get the half. And then that's your quartile 1. The same of what you're going to do here for you to identify your quartile 3. Get the two last number, add it, and get the half of the sum of the two last number on your right side. That is your quartile 3. That's how you can identify easily your quartile 1 and quartile 2. Kapag add, on the both side after you identify, get the first two for your quartile 1 and get the last two number for your quartile 3. But if you have an even number remaining on the same side, after you identify the middle or your quartile 2, for example, you have 4, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay. For example, this is the set of data that we have. First, identify your, this one is odd, this one is even. Okay. First, identify the middle number in the set of data that we have. The middle number in the set of data that we have is 10. So 10 is our quartile 2. And to identify the quartile 1 and quartile 3, if the remaining data in the left side and in the right side of the middle number is even, get the middle number on the remaining data that you have. So 6 and 7. Get the second and the third or the middle data of your, this is your quartile 1. Okay. The same, you're going to add and then get the half for you to identify your quartile 1. Okay. The same of what you did here in the left side, get the two number in between the remaining number that you have and the right left side, which is 14 and 15. That is your quartile 3. The sum of the half of 14 and 15 if you don't want to use the formula. Okay. So that's how you can find the quartile 1 and quartile 2 in the set of data that we have. Okay. Question about quartiles before we proceed with percentile? Okay na tayo with quartiles?
Teacher.
Yes po.
Ba't yung 4 hindi nakasama? I mean, yung nasa last, yung mga last.
Bakit yung mga last hindi kasama? Here? Okay. Why is it not included? Because you're just getting the 25% of the quartile 1 and your quartile 2. I mean quartile 3. Okay. Since dito, in this one, apat kasi yung number na natira. It's an even number. That's why you're going to get the middle in between the last and the first number on the set of data that we have. Kapag even number yung natira. Once you identify your quartile 2. So let's proceed. Yes po, laging 25%. 25% of your quartile 1 and 25% also of your quartile 3. Okay, so let's proceed with percentile. So percentile is the value of the variable that divide rank set into 100 subset. For example, we are solving for percentile 30. That means we are solving for a particular percentage of the set of data that we have. That's why it's called percentile. We're solving for a percentage of a set of data that we have. We have a formula for us to locate the position of a particular number in the data that we have, which is this one. We have the position locator formula, which is C equals to N P divided by 100, wherein your N stands for the total number of the set of data given, and P is the percentile. The percentile that you're going to solve. That is our formula. To locate or to know what position, that's a particular percentile that you're going to find in the set of data that we have. For example, we have the set of data, and we're going to find the 25th percentile position in the set of data that we have. Since we're solving for the 25th percentile, we need to identify what position in the set of data we are going to find this 25th percentile using the position locator formula, which is C equals to N times P divided by 100. Our N is equal to, how many data do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 as the set of data that we have times the percentile that we need to identify, which is 25, divided by 100. So 10 times 25 is equal to 250 over 100. So the position of the 25th percentile is equal to 2.5. Since the position of the percentile that we have is decimal, as a rule, when we are solving for the percentile location, if your C is decimal, round it off. We need to round it off or round it up. If your C is a whole number, we're going to get the position of your C and the next position that it has. So for example, here we have 2.5 as the value of our C or the position of our percentile. If we're going to round it off, it's equal to 3. So that means this 3 is the position of our 25th percentile. So to give the exact value of what is the 25th percentile in the set of data that we have, we're going to locate the number that is in the third position. Okay, looking at our set of data, 5 is in the third position. That means percentile 25th is equal to 5. Since si 5 ang nasa third position in our percentile. So that's how we solve for percentile using the formula, locator formula that we have, which is C equals to N times P divide 100. Okay. So let's have an example wherein the value of C is a whole number. But since the one that we have here in the example, we have a decimal, which is we're just going to round it off. Then we can be able to find already the percentile that we're going to identify. For example, we have this set of data. For example, we have the same set of data, but we're going to find the 60th percentile in the set of data that we have. So using the formula, locator formula, which is C equals to NP divided by 100. So our N is equal to 10 times the percentile, which is 60, divided by 100. So we have 600 divide 100. So C is equal to 6. So we have a whole number value for C. If we have a whole number value for C, we're going to get the two position identifying from the value of C that we have. So 6 and the 7th position for us to identify the value of the 60th percentile. So we're going to use the 6th position plus the 7th position divided by 2. So the 6th position in the set of data that we have is 10 plus the 7th position, which is 12, divided by 2. So we have 22 divide 2. So percentile 60 is equal to 11. So that is the value of the percentile 60 that we have. So kapag whole number si C, you're going to use two position to identify the percentile that you're solving. The, the value of C that you have solved and the next position to it. Kapag decimal, just round it off, and then the rounded off number is already the position of your percentile. Done. Can I erase?
Teacher,
Yes po.
saan po galing yung 7?
Saan po galing si 7? The 7 is the next position according to your C. Okay. Since your C is equal to 6, next to 6 is the 7th position. That's why we use the 7th position also to find the percentile 60 that we have. So okay, let's have another example for the solving for the percentile. Okay, for example, we have the same number set of data, but we're going to find the 75th percentile on the data that we have. So since we're solving for the 75th percentile, we need to identify what position that 75% percentile located is. So we're going to use the position locator formula, which is C and P divide 100. So we have 10 times 75 divided by 100. So we have 750 divide 100 equals to 7.5. So that is our C. Since it's decimal, we're going to round it up, which is equal to 8. So that means the 75th percentile is equal to the 8th position in the set of data that we have. So the number that is in the 8th position is 15. So percentile 75 is equal to 15. So that is our 75th percentile in the set of data that we have. Can I clear the screen with this one? Okay, let's have another example wherein the value of C is whole number. For example, we're going to find the 20th percentile in the set of data that we have. So since we're going to solve for the 20th percentile, we need to locate what position does this 20th percentile located. So C is equal to N P divided by 100. So 10 times 20 divide 100, which is equal to 200 over 100. So the location of the position of the percentile is 2. Since it's a whole number, we're going to use the second position and the next position in the set of data that we have. So, since this is the second, ang sunod na position to second is the third position. Since we have C as the value, which is equal to 2, so percentile 20 is equal to the second position plus the next position, which is third, divided by 2. So the number that is in the second position is 3. That is the second. And 5 is in the third position. Divided by 2, which is equal to 8. So percentile 20 is equal to 4. So the value that is in the 20th percentile is 4. So that's how we solve for percentile. Kapag whole number, si C, if your C is a whole number, get the 2 position indicating from the value of your C and the next position to it. Okay? But if you have a decimal, just round it off, and then that's already the location of your percentile. Okay, let's have another example for the percentile position of our data. For example, we have this set of data and we're going to find the 75th percentile, the 35th percentile, and the 23rd percentile in the set of data that we have, which is 3, 4, 4, 6, 8, 10, 10, and 12. So you can see when you are solving for the measurement of the position of the data, the set of order of the data that you have should be in ascending. If you're solving for quartile, when you're solving for percentile, when you're solving for deciles, dapat naka-arrange yung set of data that you have into ascending order. So let's solve for the 75th percentile in the set of data that we have. So C is equal to NP divide 100, which is 8 times 75 percentile divided by 100. So C is equal to 8 times 75 divide 100 is equal to 6. So since C is a whole number, which is 6, so that means one position that we can use in locating for the 75th percentile is the 6th position. So percentile 75 is equal to the 6th position plus the 7th position divided by 2. So the 6th position in the set of data that we have is 10. And the 7th position, the number in the 7th position is also 10. Divided by 2. So percentile 75 is equal to 10. So the 75 percentile of the set of data that we have is equal to 10. So let's solve for the 30th percentile. So using the formula to locate the position of the 30th percentile, which is C equals to NP divided by 100, which is 8 times 30 divide 100. So the value of our C, or the position of the percentile that we can locate, is 8 times 30 divide 100 equals to 2.4. Since we have a decimal value for C, so we're just going to round it off. So 2.4 is also equal to 2. So that means the percentile, 30th percentile, is equal to the 2nd position. So percentile 30 is equal, the number that is in the 2nd position in the data that we have is 4. So the 30th percentile is equal to 4. So let's find the last percentile that we have here on the screen, which is the 23rd percentile. So C is equal to NP divided by 100. We have 8 times 23 divide 100. So the value of our C is equal to 1.84. So round off the decimal that we have, which is equal to 2. So percentile 23 is equal to the second position also. The same with our 30th percentile. So percentile 23 is equal to 4 since 4 is in the second position in the data set that we have. Question in solving for percentile. Question. Okay, now with the percentile. Ala lang tanong for percentile. Okay na tayo? Okay. So let's proceed with deciles.